Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Morning Sprint. I am Jaffney Gray, bringing you all the stories that are trending or that you're talking about, and the stories that make you smile and make you feel good. For example, this one right here really choked me up on air today when we were talking about it. You probably have already seen it, but we're going to talk about it today. We talk about how one fire department getting together to help one of their very own during their fight against cancer. Dude, I tell you, it's not many stories that get me. This one got me, and it just got me because you could just hear from his point of view, again, obviously, what he's dealing with this terminal illness and how the department is sticking together in that brotherhood. Anytime we can showcase just the beauty of brotherhood with our men and women in uniform, always a story that will inspire anybody to stick together and love each other just as deeply. Moving on, though, we got to get to this. So, apparently, some new data in Virginia has shown that we did pretty good this year as far as deaths on the road in comparison to last year, though. It's already always a bad situation whenever someone passes away. But here's the statistics, and here's how they're lining up. Fatal crashes over the Thanksgiving holiday this year shows that 9 people across the state died from the traffic crashes during the holiday period, but this is a 53% decrease in comparison to 2022. Ooh, bless me, Lord. Bless me. I'm so sorry, guys. That was an awful sneeze. Okay, yeah. Decrease in comparison to 2022, where accidents killed 19 people during the holiday period. According to state police, the 9 casualties occurred across 8 different crashes. Some of these accidents were close to home. We're talking about Buchanan, talking about Henry County. We're also talking about Wythe County. All were sites of fatal crashes this year. Now, during the holiday period, state police also cited a little over 4,500 drivers for speeding and just under 1,900 for reckless driving. It says that over 400 citations were written for people not wearing seatbelts, and officials say that in a majority of crashes, those who died were not wearing a seatbelt. Again, first and foremost, I'm so sorry, guys. I got a little sneezy. I told you guys yesterday I was dealing with some type of cold, and the bug is still sticking around. But yeah, this story shows that a lot of people were being, I guess, more careful this season in comparison to last. Again, one death is way too much, especially during around the holiday time. So the fact that we've decreased that by over 50%, I think is good news. So let's hopefully by next year, by this time next year, let's make it 0%. All right. Virginia Tech has a new ride on the road, and it's pretty cool. It's a semi-truck edition. Now, if you're looking at your screen right now, yeah, if you're in love with Virginia Tech, they did it big. Take a look at this. Team from a Transportation Institute revived a 1995 Peterbilt semi-truck covered in Chicago maroon and burnt orange paint, orange seatbelts, and dashboard, and a Hokey Bird air horn. And the truck truly can't be missed. If you're looking at your screen, you'll see they're going all the way the inside and out. It was originally used just for research, but now the truck will be fully dedicated to the school sharing the road program. The program teaches strategies to safely interact with large trucks on the roadway. I think that's a perfect way to do that and raise awareness about it. But again, to have a truck done in your school colors, I think that is pretty cool. And then the inside of it reminded me of Pimp My Ride. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that show, but it's pretty epic. It would be really cool to see and drive up against this kind of vehicle on the roadway. But yeah, shout out to our Hokies, man. Love it. I love that truck. That's freaking awesome. All right. Make sure you're just as vigilant about your deliveries during this holiday season, because we already know the porch pirates are out. About 1.7 million packages are lost or stolen in the U.S. each day, and that number tends to increase during the holiday season. Most of these crimes go unreported. If you can't be home when your packages are scheduled to arrive, you should ask a neighbor to pick it up for you. Other advice includes get your packages delivered to work if allowed, using tracking notifications, opt for in-store delivery, and install a front door camera for extra protection. Nothing is more frustrating than ordering something and having anybody knows when you get a present for somebody, you're very excited. You can't wait to see their face when they're opening, or at least, just know that you're getting something special for someone, and you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and you look on your Ring camera and you see somebody just jacks it for no reason at all. Like, come on now. I understand the economy is kind of jacked. I know things are hard nowadays, but again, nothing more frustrating than for you as a hardworking individual earning your money, spending your money on quality gifts for other people, and then having it stolen from you. That's just not okay in my book. So, again, make sure you guys are careful this holiday season, especially with the amount of Black Friday shopping and online shopping that it took place. Those packages that are arriving, please be alert on when they're coming through. All right, 30 Days of Hope is happening right now, guys. We are a day away from the last day of 30 Days of Hope. So today we're going to introduce you to another special boy. Our very own 10 News Jenna Zimpton introduces us to an outgoing 12-year-old who enjoys fast cars, video games, and cars, and riding his bike and a scooter outside. So check out Liam.
If I was to go back in time, I'd probably travel to the dinosaur age because it'd be like, I was able to see dinosaurs. I mean, I'm scared, but it's cool. Can I go back now?
12-year-old Liam would like to learn how to cook.
I love vehicles. I'm passionate in clothes, shoes, sports. When I'm inside, I really like to just chill, watch TV, maybe spend time with family, spend time with my pets.
Liam loves to laugh. He also wants to be part of a forever family.
A grown up is supposed to take care of you, help you. You have to be trustworthy, honest, loyal, respectful. Just be there for you.
It's a sweet story right there. We need to make sure Liam can get him a loving family. And of course, if you're interested in fostering or adopting or any of the stories that we featured so far in 30 Days of Hope, go to our website at WSLS.com. Illuminates is around. A lot of people are excited about that. I went last year for the first time and it was absolutely beautiful. Again, you can get into the holiday spirit with Illuminates at Explore Park. It's in full swing right now. Popular walking trail showcases a dazzling display of more than 650,000 lights throughout the half-mile long path. And this year, visitors will take in 50,000 new lights, displays, trail enhancements, and family activities like the miniature Christmas scenes with the event's new miniature Christmas display. Tickets must be bought in advance. Go out. Do not miss out on that action because, again, it's super duper fun. Speaking of Christmas, this was kind of funny to me, okay? Don't judge me for this, but I do think this is a little humorous. Everybody has a sense of humor about everything. If you're looking at your screen right now, man, the national Christmas tree outside of the White House took a bit of a tumble. You see them trying to get that big bad boy up. 40-foot tree from a national forest in West Virginia tipped over during a strong wind gust in the D.C. area. A cable that held the tree up snapped, but it was quickly replaced, and you can tell they're getting back into its right up position. Crews lifted the Norway spruce back up and continue preparing for the public viewing of the National Christmas Tree in President's Park, which begins Saturday. Okay, so again, first of all, I don't know what kind of glue or adhesive they got on that star, but the fact of the matter that joker stayed on throughout that entire fall was amazing. But again, it's kind of funny. I couldn't even imagine being out there and seeing that happen in real time. I just wouldn't know what to think, but I'm glad they got it up and going. And again, that wind had to be strong. Fortunately, we're not dealing with that kind of wind today. Our very own meteorologist, Chris Michaels, joins us now with that.
Happy Wednesday, guys. Today, one of the coldest mornings we've had in several months, though thankfully the wind is not much of an issue. The air coming straight out of the Arctic, but going back up to the north here as we go through the next few days. So the next afternoons will start to warm up a little bit with one slim shot of rain coming in for Friday. I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning on The Spring.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Guys, if you're listening to me, I'm so sorry. I'm going through it in here with my sinuses and allergies. Are you dealing with this? Because literally, if you're dealing with it, you are my twin. And I'm trying to find a way to get out of the sneezy fit. It's been happening ever since I got back from Arkansas, which in Arkansas, we were surrounded by fields and stuff anyway. So that was already adjustment. And then now that it's getting colder, I don't know what's happening here, but sneezing and you hear me. So be patient with me. Either way, moving on to another cool story right now. This one right here actually is kind of one of those stories that lets you know this miracles do happen. Scary situations that happen over in India. Remarkable rescue As more than 40 construction workers in northern India finally free, the men were trapped for 17 days, y'all, deep in a collapsed tunnel within the Himalayan mountains. They survived on food and oxygen supplied through the narrow steel pipes. Indian leaders say the rescuers resorted to digging by hand after their drilling machine broke down mid-rescue. Eventually, rescuers created a 3-foot wide passageway just wide enough for the men to get out. What would you do if you guys were in this kind of situation? Just being buried alive or any type of thing like that in general freaks me out so bad. And anytime I see these kind of stories, I think of the scary movie Descent. I actually really like that scary movie, but it was that I'm like, I'm never going to go in a place of darkness where I could be trapped inside. And these guys, they made it out safely. Thank God for the people, the first responders that stepped in to try to get them to safety. That's always a good story to see anytime we see like success stories like that. All right, so we already know that our veterans who are suffering from PTSD, they need all the resources they could possibly get. And we got something that was really cool, a unique kind of resource to help out with PTSD from one particular individual. Has a service miniature horse. Yeah, you heard that right. This is Eli. Andrew is the human. Eli is his ADA service miniature horse. Andrew served in the Iraq War and has severe PTSD.
And since I've had him, it's really helped out, and I can't say that enough. Eli has really helped me out to be with my agitation and other issues that I have as a disabled veteran.
Let's look at that. Look at I swear, Eli looking cute. So Andrew also has a mare named Hannah, and she's still in training. Both Eli and Hannah live at Andrew's house, which is equipped for them both to support Andrew's needs. I think this is so cool. But I was like talking about like, can that get on a plane? But the fact that Eli is just so chill, walks around. He's certified, so they can't take him away. But the fact that, there's something special about a bond between a horse and veterans or people who have PTSD. You know that from a lot of equine therapy. We do a lot of stories with that. I know I did a Deep Blue Ridge over a family of a person who was able to get their life back on track after they had served and had severe PTSD, but yet they went to, I think it's Healing Strides, and it was a horse that helped him get back in a right headspace. So, yeah, shout out to that. I'm happy that we get to see stories like that because, again, you see how it's helping and you see how it's benefiting those who need it the most. Okay, so this is the story that we were talking about earlier. Again, one of those stories that literally will get you choked up because all too often we'll cover these stories and you'll see it from the perspective of a person with cancer who's very positive, upbeat, just energetic. And though that is a great sight to see, it keeps you kind of separated from that person's reality, But when you're faced with someone who can get emotional, seeing what they're going through, but also just as thankful that they're surrounded by the people who support them, that will just get you ripped up because, again, that is their reality. With that being said, we're going to tell you about the story of the Christiansburg Fire Department battling alongside one of their very own who, again, is battling terminal cancer. 10 News reporter Connor Dietrich does a great job showcasing his story and showcases how they came together in a time of need. Check it out.
A Christiansburg firefighter is in a fight of his own. 35-year-old Jeremy Compton was diagnosed with cancer in 2020. After years of treatment and hoping things could turn around, Compton found out the cancer is terminal.
You have to stay strong for your family and for your kids.
Even when Compton finds himself in moments where he can't be strong, his fellow firefighters are there to battle alongside him. So when it was time for Compton to shave his head, all the firefighters joined in on what they called the haircut party.
Overwhelming.
Compton almost lost for words to see the support.
I'm blessed to have the support I have.
20 firefighters shaved their heads, including Brandon Turner. Turner, who's a close friend of Compton, says it's natural for firefighters to be there in times of need.
We don't go see people on when they're having a good day. We see them on their worst time. When it's a little closer to home and it is your brother, he is family.
Compton says he doesn't think about the end. Rather, he chooses to live out each day to the fullest.
Nobody is guaranteed tomorrow. You live every day like it's gonna be your last. Have fun. Do the things that you want to do.
Whether that means hugging his son or laughing with his fellow firefighters, Compton says his life has been a series of battles, and he's ready for one more. Connor Dietrich, 10 News, working for you.
Again, that's just one of those stories that it just rips your heart up, because you see the reality that he's facing, but yet you see how positive he's trying to be and in all. And I think it's inspiring to see that there is good out there in tragic situations, therefore his brotherhood trying to get together and raise money and support him through this time and support his family through this time. So I'm a believer, so I'm a stickler in always saying that you never know what God has in store for people. And though this is a terminal cancer that he's dealing with, again, our strongest prayers are still going out for him. I'm going to bring Jazzy Jazz in. And Jazz, are you with me right now?
Good morning.
Hey, girl, how you doing?
I'm great. This day's been a good day so far. It's cold, though.
Very, very cold, 100%. But yeah, no, we were talking about this story about this firefighter and how his unit essentially is coming in to support him. How does that even make you feel when you hear stories like that?
Yeah, I think it's just honestly extremely heartwarming because I can only imagine the sort of mental battle that he's enduring as he enters this fight against cancer. And just recently finding out that it was terminal, I can only imagine how that shattered the family, especially this close to the holidays. So seeing an entire unit come together to support him in such an extreme way is just a beautiful thing, because going through something like that on your own is extremely hard, but having people to back and support you during your darkest moments is just incredibly uplifting. And as I've said before in previous episodes of the Morning Sprint, it just really shows that it's honestly a lot of good people in this world, and sometimes it's hard to realize that because there's a lot of bad and evil in the world too. But the story shows that a lot of people still have good hearts, and a lot of people are willing to go out of their way to be selfless in a time where it's definitely needed. So I'm just extremely happy for him and his family because it's a very unfortunate situation, but I'm happy that they have the support they need to kind of get through probably one of the darkest times of their life, honestly. So
Yeah, definitely. And somebody just commented on my professional page saying that, this story almost broke me too. Prayers for this young man. This is coming from Judy B. Dickerson, man. Thank you so much for your comment. Because again, I'm pretty sure there are so many people out there praying and just hoping for the best for this man.
absolutely.
Do we have any other viewers or comments today?
Yeah, we got a comment from Kareem.
Yay.
He says, an airline denied an emotional support peacock a seat in 2018. He said, besides those seats are too tight for Eli's, and not to mention the bathroom.
Good point. I love him. That is such a great point, though.
Yeah, that's all for today.
All right, perfect, girlie. Well, thank you so much. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right, guys. Before we roll out, let's get to those headlines. Give you your news that you want to pay attention to that's happening throughout the day. Okay, this is coming on, especially 10 News at noon. A sixth set of hostages scheduled to be freed by Hamas later today. Israel and Hamas have agreed to extend their ceasefire until the end of the day, but Hamas leaders say that they're hoping to extend the temporary truce once again. We're following this story closely. Plus, a string of recent cyber attacks in cities around the U.S. are targeting critical systems like public utilities and healthcare. And then last but not least, after spending 19 days rehabbing from a serious spinal injury, University of Virginia running back Paris Jones was finally able to check out of the hospital. We have his story and follow-up as well. So many different stories coming up that you guys want to be in the know about. More than anything, stay alert about these temperatures that are happening because, yes, it is a cold day today. Thanks so much for joining us on the Morning Sprint. Today, we'll be back here again tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. at WSLS.com.